Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Shoo bob shoo ba doo doo boo ba doo dow.
Bang! Hot dog!
Don't hesitate! It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow!
New Jersey has CTN, and that's the real nitty-gritty. Or you might check calling C-Tech or over in New York City. That is the place I'd like to show my face, where I often get work. And perhaps they're seeing me tonight on Manhattan Neighborhood Network. And did I mention Salmons? Well, that's where you can see Stevie. Or perhaps in Philadelphia on DUTV. But I am here, let me make it clear, we're here to have a good time. We got Gene on the scene, if you know what I mean. We got Steed Depass bringing a rhyme. Ralph Litwin is a friend of mine, and I'm here to sing my song. Sure enough, I can do my stuff and make up stuff like this all night long. But for a while, I show you the smile, and then I give up the ghost. To let you know I am on his show, so let me introduce Ralph, our host. Ralph?
Nice to meet you, Steve.
Nice
to have you on the show.
Yes, fun to be here. And I want to announce that I'm here with my esteemed colleague and friend, Sir Gene of Steed. That's Gene Steed
Gene
of
Steed.
Bermuda. He's known as Bermuda's natural resource. And as you can see, there's nothing unnatural about him.
All right.
Happy
yes, sir.
to be a part of what
Thank
you
you.
do over here. Thank you for the invitation.
And how nice to have a Mr. Steed on Horses Sing None of It.
That's right. Hey, let's do that verse. That's a good verse. Let's do that one.
Horses Sing
Oh,
None
yes,
of It?
Mr. Steed. Same. Here we go. Did you hear what he had to say? He knows how to make a hay while the sun shines. This is a guy who improvises. He could be feeding me my lines. Well, as you can see, we're sincere. We're not here to make fun of it. Oh, it's agreed that you are a steed, although horses sing none of it. How was that?
Very nice. I love it.
Thank you. I love you
What
too.
a guy. Well, folks, welcome to Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, as Steve just told you. And let me tell you a little bit about this guy. This guy has been performing for 4 different presidents in the White House. Is that right?
That's right, yes.
He has performed for Queen Elizabeth II. He's been the host of the
Mike
Douglas show.
Very good, very good.
And
you've done your homework.
He toured with Liberace for 6 months to a standing ovation at every performance.
Thank you, thank you. As a matter of fact, Gene and I were together for that tour. Yes.
Both on that tour.
Yes, we just finished a tour down in Florida. We were down there working for an agent you probably know of called Ari Kaduri.
I don't know that agent.
You don't know that agent?
No.
Well, he should certainly know of you. Perhaps you might go on tour for him.
I would love to.
Yes.
So it is certainly a pleasure to have you on. It's just, I'm thrilled that you made the trip and are here.
Thank you, thank you. I would love to have a hat like yours. It's so creative.
Why, thank you. I did make it myself. Not the hat part, but the stuff that's...
Oh, he was claiming. Did you see he was claiming that he made the hat? Oh, get out of
just
town.
the decorations. I wish I knew how to make a hat.
Yeah, do a little B flat about his hat, or just the decorations. Thought you were perfect, but I found a flaw.
Oh, no.
You claim to make your hat. Ralph, that's the last straw.
Straw hat.
As you can see while I sing improvisations, He made the creations, but only the decorations. How was that?
Very nice. And you sing with a calypso lilt.
Sometimes. Yes, I'm a Jamaican.
You're from
But
Jamaica.
I'm an American, and I'm an American. I'm an American citizen. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in giving guys like you a break.
All right. That reminds me. Another one of your biographical facts. You wrote and performed with Harry Belafonte.
Oh, yes.
One of my favorite recording artists. I love his music.
Yes, and I love him as a person, too. He's very brilliant, and he's an activist, as you know. He's always been. Yes, indeed. I don't know if you remember, because if you could do that, The Sand by the Sea, but we didn't plan to do. Well, you'll lead us, and we wanted to do one of Harry's tunes, a tune I wrote for Harry. Can you do that one? That's in the key of G.
Key of G?
Do you remember it?
No.
No, oh gee. Well, maybe we better not do. We're using up too many minutes here. We don't want to do something we didn't rehearse and have.
Okay, fine. Yes, let's not do that then. Let's do something else.
We were just doing "I Can Still Remember How to Love." It's one of my recent ballad songs that I've created.
Great.
Can we do that?
Yes, certainly.
We were just singing it for you a few minutes
Yeah,
ago.
You can join us.
I'd love to.
Oh yes, nicely. All right, Gina.
I can still remember how to love, how to love. I can still remember how to love. When I was a young man, love came easy. I can still remember how to love. I have not forgotten how to care, how to care. I have not forgotten how to care.
So many bitter yesterdays I started to despair, but
I have not forgotten how to care.
Glory, what a feeling to be reeling from the shelf, learning I can love somebody other than myself, someone I'm concerned about, always thinking of. So glad I remembered how to love, how to love. So glad I remembered how to love. I can still remember. I can still remember how to love, how to love. I can still remember how to love. When I was a young man,
when I was a young man, love came easy. I can still remember how to love.
Learn to ride a bicycle, you never will forget. Learn to swim and you won't be afraid of getting wet. Now that I recall it all, I'm soaring like a dove. So glad I remembered how to love, how to love. So glad I remembered how to love. I can still remember.
I can still remember how to love, how to love. I can still remember how to love.
When I was a young man,
when I was a young man, love came easy. I can still remember. I can still remember. I can still remember how to love.
Wonderful.
Thank you,
I love that.
thank you. Yes, in utmost adorable deed. You're going to do a tune for us and with us and about us and among us?
Yes, and in a minute we're going to take a little break before we do that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Can I sing into the break?
Sure.
A little B flat into the break. What do you want me to tell them? What should I tell them about the break?
Coming up, a public service announcement.
My friends, please make no mistake. What am I bringing? A message I'm singing about the break. Ralph has permitted me to make this pronouncement. Listen here to a public service announcement. How was that?
Excellent. All right. I forgot my hat today, but this way you can see that my head is so full of brains that it's growing out through my hair. So I was looking at this great chart made by the World Game Institute. It explains how much it would cost to fix all the ecological problems in the world and give everybody on the earth a decent standard of living. Going, whoa, whoa, this is cool, this is great. All we have to do is convince everybody on the planet that this is a good idea. We'll plan on it and things will be cool. So I figured, look, we really want to get this thing going, I better just go ahead and do it. So you want more information? Help me convince everybody in the world that this is a good idea? Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to World Game Plan, care of Ralph, 140 Morris Street, Morristown, New Jersey. Thanks a lot. Ah! Okay, let me see if I can work with that. Howdy and welcome back to Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and Steve Depass and Gene Steed are going to help me out on one of my songs. And we're going to start out with the chorus. Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, but I'm sure that I could be me. Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, well, I'm sure that I could be me. Well, I'm I don't know what from New Jersey with a mishmash identity. I'm a hippie, carpenter, artist, musician, peacemaker with a law degree. Making a commitment to something sure must give me a fright. And my motto, I'll tell you, is I can do just about anything half right. Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, well, I'm sure that I could be me. Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, well, I'm sure that I could be me. Well, I learned my folk music listening to my stereo, and my indigenous cultural background was the TV and the radio. Well, I want to sound like a country boy, it's a mystery to me. 'Cause I'm a third generation Russian Jew from the suburbs of New Jersey.
Sing it.
Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, but I'm sure that I could be me. Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, but I'm sure that I could be me. Well, I studied the ancient secrets of religions all over the place. I was just trying to get happy and win that cosmic consciousness race. Sometimes I think I'm a secrets and master, yeah, a high-level spiritual man. But if I ever let the secrets slip out, I'll probably screw up the master plan. Woo! Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, well, I'm sure that I could be me. Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, well, I'm sure that I could be me. Now, I've seen all kind of images of what a man ought to be. I just ain't never quite figured out which one of them ought to be me. So I picked the ones that I like the best, mixed together in a big mishmash. Well, I may not know who I am, but there's just one of me, by gosh.
Sing it.
Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, but I'm sure that I could be me. Mishmash, mishmash, mishmash identity. If only knew who I was, well, I'm sure that I could be me. Making a commitment to something sure must give me a fright. And my motto I'll tell you is, yes, my motto I'll tell you is, I can do just about anything half right.
Thank
Just
God.
couldn't resist.
Thank God. You'd have left me scratching my nails on the blackboard with that last one.
You guys are my kind of people. I love that. Thanks for helping me out on that.
Well, you sound terrific. A lot of spirit, funny lyrics, very intelligent. A lot of cerebral activity went into the composition of those lyrics. I can tell, because when I try to write something like that, I'm very studious. I apply a lot of scholarship. I'm no you, but I try, and so I understand the cerebral processes which are involved with the intellectual adaptation of your natural ability, dedicated and specifically with tunnel vision to that specific focus.
Yeah, what he said. We should thank Lisa Stewart, one of our camera people here, for putting us in touch with each other.
Oh, by all means.
Yes.
All right. Let's give me a little Lisa Stewart music, please. Choosing the right talent is a true art. And so our compliments go out to Lisa Stewart. Very good.
Yes.
I would do anything to flatter her or to appease her. I'd never complain because I'm not a Mona Lisa. How was that?
Very nice, yes. Thank you.
When I get silly on him, he may leave on me. I gotta be careful when I sing. I'm just winging.
If we are performing and he does something really silly, I'd put a guitar and walk off the stage.
Sometimes I can't help myself. I was born with a silly streak, and if we're improvising, it comes out sometimes.
That's great.
I don't always have to make sense. Do I look to you like the kind of a guy who always makes sense? Not
Eminent.
at all. Eminent. That's what I always wanted to be.
Eminent sense.
Eminent, yes.
Silliness is eminently sensible.
Write that down, please.
I will.
Right. Yes. I like that about silly. Give me a little silliness here, little silly. Here's a man who appreciates my silliness. He compliments me on my willy-nilliness. Guys like you may find it reprehensible, but Ralph finds it eminently sensible.
Yes,
How's
sir.
that?
That's great. How did you get started off on this wild and crazy tactic in life?
Well, I always had a knack for words and music, even as a small child, and I grew up singing playfully with my mother. We communicated playfully with songs, and I kind of grew up with it. So. And I was a performer as a child. I did a couple of Broadway shows when I was 10 and 11 years old, and then I started again in college as a straight singer, and kind of gravitated into doing the fun things, and that's what largely has contributed much to my career. Oh, listen to what he's playing. This is a song I did for you earlier, and I'll tell you the story of what it is, if we have time to do it. Have I have time for my song?
Yes.
Okay, good. I love when there's time. I grew up in Queens, New York, and there I was befriended by an Irish family, the Quinns of Queens. And my dearest friend since the time I was 5 years old in first grade to the present is Duke Quinn. And there was Duke Quinn and Butch Quinn and Runty Quinn and all of the Quinns of Queens. And I was always in their home. As a matter of fact, sometimes I actually lived in the home and stayed in the home with the Quinns. And they fed me. Pop himself, Papa Quinn, would tuck me in the bed, place a protective hand on my forehead and say to me, "Son, you're a Quinn." And so I've often in life claimed to be an Irishman. I remember seeing a movie as a child with a great parade, and people were singing and marching, singing, "You don't have to be Irish to be Irish," and I am living proof of that. For whatever is the process, that of assimilation or association or osmosis, I too am an Irishman, and I went to a Lady of Sorrows school with all of the Quinns, where the good sisters of Saint Joseph, they were the ones who taught us, and that accounts for my sterling character even today. And so, attending a family reunion of the Quinns, this is the song that I prepared for the occasion, and I'll share it with you. Right. I'm a Quinn, bejesus, I'm a Quinn. You can't tell it by the color of me skin. But in case there's any doubt, you can turn me inside out and turn me skin side in, and I'm a Quinn. I'm a Quinn, so help me, I'm a Quinn. Not a Riley, nor a Murphy, nor a Flynn. All good Irish names, it's true, may be good enough for you. So for you, they'll have to do, but I'm a Quinn. I'm an Irishman, I swear it, I can feel it in my heart. On the 17th of March is when I feel the beating start. And on such a day I'm seen, dressed from head to toe in green, telling anyone who'll listen, I'm a Quinn. I'm a Quinn, I swear it, I'm a Quinn. If you see another Quinn, then he's me kin. Some folks say that I'm a kook, but one thought you can't rebuke. Just like Runty, Butch or Duke, I am a Quinn. There is ne'er a man who's brave enough to stare me in the face, hear me say that I'm a Quinn, and tell me such is not the case. For I'll improvise his swift demise and do the shagpot in. He's a living, breathing heathen. I'm a Quinn. I'm a Quinn. Believe me, I'm a Quinn. That's the way it is and how it's always been. That thought stayed inside me head since Pop tucked me in the bed. For he looked at me and said, son, you're a Quinn. Somewhere back in me ancestry, someone must have come from Cork. It's a miracle to me, somehow I learned it in New York, where the sisters of St. Joseph taught me how to stray from sin. But I couldn't always listen. I'm a Quinn. I'm a Quinn. Bejesus, I'm a Quinn. You can't tell it by the color of me skin. But in case there's any doubt, you can turn me inside out and turn me skin side in, and I'm a Quinn.
A very touching story.
Thank you.
About your youth.
Thank you so much. That's my youth, to tell the truth. Wasn't reared in an isolation booth.
And Mr. Steed, how did you get started on guitar and being a musician?
Well, let me tell you about him, because he's too self-effacing and modest to blow his own horn. Although some people refer to him as a horny person, I am here to tell you that this is not the case. Let me tell you about him. He is a Sir Jean of Steed. He was actually knighted by the Queen of England for all of his charitable works and because of his artistic accomplishment over the years as Bermuda's natural resource. For he has traversed the globe representing the island of Bermuda for the Bermuda Board of Trade, where he has performed in concert. And 6 months of every year, he has his own revue in Bermuda in which he stars. As a matter of fact, the soprano Jacqueline Crochelle, whom you met a little while ago, she and I had the pleasure of seeing his revue this year, and we were startled by its brilliance and the entertainment value. Of course, I've known him for more than 30 years, even though he only looks 27. Don't be fooled by this youth and bravado. Yes, no, actually, I could call him my son. See? Or sometimes I abbreviate and I just call him son. You know?
We must cut this accolade short because it's time to start running the credits and thank you for being.
Do you mean it's over?
It flew by.
Wait a minute. What happened to the middle portion?
The beginning and the end.
He wants us to do. You want us to do B flat like this, or do you want us to do the F minor we said we were going to do? Want to keep on this like we are? B flat. It's just easy because it's all major for you. It's easier for you on this.
Okay.
B flat. See? That was G minor. C minor. Okay. F7, F7, B flat. Give it the chords on. Here we go. Here goes it. B flat, B flat, E flat, F7, F7, B flat, G minor, G minor, C minor, F7, F7, B flat.
He's got it. By George.
You should have warned me. I would have proceeded with caution. We went from the beginning to the end and skipped the middle portion. How we did it, I will never solve the riddle. Ralph Litwin, what the hell happened to the middle? Play, here we go. Lie, 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 lie. Sing the song.
Lie, 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 lie.
Sing along. Lie, 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 lie.
Lie, 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 lie,
lie. I'm a man who likes to have public access. That is something that I heartily stress. This is a PBS, is it not? Isn't that true?
No.
It's a CTN that brings me here with you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I remember that, Ralph, in our initial inning. Although from the way I look, it's hard to CTN at the beginning. But now, a Salmon's man, I consider you my friend. And it's Manhattan Neighborhood Network at the end. How is that not better? Sing. Lie, 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 lie. Oh, there's Salmon's Communications. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Hey, take a look, Gino, there. We can be seen. You look almost as good as I do on the screen. And this is a vision taking people far. They could hardly see your face.
It may not look like it, but you're watching the future of the Earth pass by, because many of these products are made from materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.